Good morning. I'm Leslie Ann. I'm so excited. We have such an exciting weekend coming to Oneonta. Something I believe has never been here before. And maybe, Rachel, you can confirm this. Have we ever had a lumberjack competition come to Oneonta?
I am positive we've never had one.
Yeah. And you would
So this is
know.
exciting.
Yeah, this is exciting. And we're talking about the STIHL Timbersports Northeast Qualifier and Oneonta's Lumberjack Legacy Competition.
Woohoo!
Coming to Damaski Field this Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, very excited.
With a preview.
Yes, at
with
Fab Friday.
Nathan Waterfield on Friday.
Friday night, Nathan, professional lumberjack.
Who's with us, by the way.
Yes, he is. He'll be on next. 5 to 5:30, he's going to do a demonstration in the plaza.
That's right.
During our Fabulous Friday. So you don't want to miss it.
No, you do not want to miss it. Good morning, Nathan.
Hey, how you doing?
It's exciting to have you here. You're a Cherry Valley native. And how the heck did you get into professional lumberjack sports? It's like the original extreme sport, right?
Yeah, I started competing in lumberjack sports in college. I went to a forestry school. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and the forestry school didn't have any sports to offer, and this was a kind of a club team sort of thing to do. And I started competing, traveling around to other New York schools doing these competitions, and really fell in love with it, and have since then pursued it on a professional level.
And you've been doing this 10 years already.
Yep, I've been doing it for 10 years. I've traveled all over the world doing it. It's a kind of a obsessive hobby of mine. I still have to have a real job. I would love to do it as a profession, but I compete at the highest level of the sport that you can.
Right. Who knows where it'll go? Maybe after the folks in the surrounding areas see it, they'll put the push on to have this, even more popular than it already is. And I got to ask you, there are all different categories of competition, like hot saw. What the heck is that?
The hot saw event is kind of like the drag race of lumberjack sport. All the hot saws, there's only one rule, in that the motor needs to be a single cylinder, and it has to be operated by one man. And my
is it a chainsaw? What is it?
It is a chainsaw, but my motor is half of a snowmobile. So mine's a 300. It's a 300 cc. Motor. It's a split 600. So
don't try this at home, folks.
Yeah, it's a Rotax motor. Basically it's a motor, a carburetor, and a sprocket, and a very large tuned exhaust. And my saw weighs 65 pounds, and you'll see 20 different saws there this weekend, ranging from 250 dirt bike motors to 300s to 350s.
Bring your earplugs.
And guys running alcohol, and that's kind of like the capstone event.
Right. That's got to get loud.
This is so exciting. I can't wait.
It is exciting. I couldn't even hold one of those up. Could
I
you,
know.
Rachel?
No way.
I'm trying to imagine. What are you supposed to do with that supercharged saw?
So the objective of the event is to make 3 cuts within 6 inches on a horizontally laid log. So all the wood is turned to the same diameter, so everyone has a fair competition medium.
Makes sense.
And it's a 3-2-1 go start, and your saw is not running. So at go, you physically start your saw, and you make a down cut followed by an up cut, and then a down cut within 6 inches of wood.
Wow.
My personal fastest time is 6.19 seconds.
Holy crud. I'm just imagining how amazing your saw is, first of all, and you got to control it weighing 65 pounds through all that. And the startup,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I can barely start my lawnmower.
I know. I was just thinking that. Oh, my God. These really are true athletes.
Yeah.
Really.
And that's just one of the competitions. What else do you do?
For the Oneonta event, we'll be doing 5 men's events. There'll be a standing block chop, which simulates felling a tree. It's a 2-foot log set on a stand, and you cut the log in half. So
that's
guys
a good-sized log.
Yeah.
Yep. Guys are swinging basically 7-pound razor blades on a stick at these logs, and they'll cut halfway through the log, run around the log, and finish the log from the other side. Times will range between 18 to 30 seconds. The other chopping events are the underhand chop, which is a little bit larger log, and that log is laying horizontally. You stand on top of it.
Okay.
Same objective. cut it in half. The same sort of times, a little bit larger piece of wood. The springboard chop is my best discipline. It's my favorite discipline. The springboard chop is basically the bottom line, cut a log in half that's 9 feet in the air. So at the top of a 9-foot pole is an 11-inch diameter log. You have to cut a notch in the tree, and you stick what's called a springboard in the pole. And you put this board in the pocket, you jump up on it, you do it again, and so the competitors
so you're going up.
Yeah, how
they're
high
elevated up 6 feet. Your feet are about 6 feet.
Wow.
And the top of the pole is 9, 11. Your head's at about 10 feet, and you chop halfway through the log. My personal best is 46 seconds. So everything's a sprint race, and the springboard chop kind of all of our events are a celebration of old techniques that were used in the woods at one point in time.
Right. It is one of the most dangerous professions
Absolutely.
out there. I mean, if you've ever read any news story about, or back in the day, I'm sure it's a lot safer now with the machinery that they have, but when they used to use nothing but hand saws,
Yeah, absolutely.
a very dangerous profession.
It used to take, a long time ago, it used to take 2 guys a day to cut a tree down.
Yeah.
And times have certainly changed since then, and a lot fewer guys work in the woods. But at one point in time, the forest industry was
huge.
A huge number one employer between land clearing for farming and everything. And one of the things I love about the sport is kind of looking back to see what these guys did
The
on
history
a
of
day-to-day
it.
basis, and knowing how tough they would have had to been, and just the general mental, physical endurance to be working in the woods all the time. So that always pops into my head when I'm training for competitions and that sort of thing.
And you were saying that your girlfriend does this too, and she competes alongside you in the women's competitions.
Yep, my wife.
Or your wife,
my wife
rather.
actually, we met at a competition while we were in college, and since then we've been competing together.
I wouldn't want to mess
That's
with
so
her.
cool. No, I wouldn't want to either.
And will she be there
Yep,
this weekend?
she'll be there competing with 9 other women. Sunday's event is the competitors at the show have all been selected through just an application process. So these are 10 of the top women from the country.
Wow,
that's cool.
There'll be
That
girls
is.
coming from Wisconsin, from Tennessee, people from all over the country are coming to compete in this. And then the men's event, there's guys coming from all over the world. We've got one competitor from Australia who's was here for a World Championships event and has stayed here for the Oneonta event. A guy from Ontario, Canada is going to be coming down. He was part of the Canadian the Canadian national team.
Right. I bet the Canadians are tough.
Yeah, they are. They're just as rugged as
Talk
as
about
the
a
rest
wood
of us.
industry up north. And you were saying off air to me, because I asked you where the toughest competitors in the world are, you were saying Australia. I never would have thought that. And why is that?
They've been competing in the sport for probably 100 years down there, and competitors are generally 3rd and 4th generation.
Yeah.
So, they
breed them down there.
Yeah.
They breed
them
down
good.
under.
All the Vegemite.
That's right.
One of the most difficult things about our sport is learning the techniques, learning how to maintain your tools, how to make them cut well, and that sort of thing. And when that information can be handed down from generation to generation, it kind of
gives you an
stays
edge.
a big step. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to this, don't we, Rachel?
I am very
this
excited
weekend?
for this.
This
So
is
it's a
fun.
wonderful weekend we've got.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, it's different hours on Saturday and Sunday, a little shorter, starting at 11:30, I think, ending at 2:30 or 3 on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday's event is the STIHL Timbersports Northeast Qualifier, and that will run from 11:30 to about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Sunday, the event runs from 11:30 to 5:30, give or take. Both days will be great. You don't have to stay for the whole event to enjoy it. They're both just to watch some of the events stand alone is very entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
But the competition as a whole is an overall event. So the competitor who does the best in all of the events is the one who wins it.
Right, who wins at the end.
Yeah.
And it's only $5 a ticket to get in.
Exactly. $5 for either day, and then $8 if you want to come both days.
Cheap family entertainment.
And I'm thinking this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity
Oh,
for
yeah.
us here.
And we have a whole bunch of great sponsors are going to be handing out stuff. I know Whiteman's Lumber has got some hard hats for the
love
kids. STIHL is going to be throwing out all kinds of goodies and whatnot. So there'll be lots to see, lots to do, sponsors to talk to, competitors to meet, just a lot of good stuff going on, and it's really a lot of fun.
Neat. Looking forward to it. We have more info on our website, wzozfm.com, so check that out. Thank you so much, and good luck, Nathan.
Thank you very much.